Hello. It is not even somewhat the beginning of the month. We're almost halfway through. I don't know, I kept convincing myself, no, it's still the beginning of the month. Anyway, so I wanted to show what I've been using for the first half of the month so far. Starting with, as you can tell by the 0 lids going on, what I used today. So, the first pair is the Oracle of the Roses with the Queen Alice Tarot. I've been rather enjoying this. This is one that, or this tarot is one that felt a little bit harder to pair. But I found, anyway, anything with this sort of like plainer background seemed to work well. But yeah, I think these go nicely together. I like how they've been reading together. It's been fun using this Queen Alice Tarot, and of course, big fan of the Oracle of the Roses. It is almost getting to, not quite rose season, but rose planting season. I have some new bare root roses coming for a new garden I'm making around the porch we got put on. So excited about it. So yeah, that's pair number 1. Now of course I didn't bring anything over here with me, so bear with me for the pauses in between. I didn't want to make like a huge mess. Not that that's that many decks, but I don't know. Ooh, okay. I was really excited about this one. Next one is the Seasons of the Witch Ostara, of course, because that's our next holiday coming up, with the Anecdotes Tarot. Now this is the one, there was a like full-size deck that you used to be able to buy, and I did have a copy of, but it just, I don't know, I wasn't jiving with it the way it was, and so I think I ended up giving that one to Sandy. And so, oh wait, let's just take it out before I just keep weirdly explaining without showing. So this version is what you can get right now, and basically you can order the creators' decks off of, I want to say Game Crafter, but they also have the files free for download. So that's what I did and got it from Make Playing Cards. I don't know, just because that's the one I'm most familiar with. What I did was I added titles, because that's I think what would catch me up about the other one, is it didn't have any of the titles, and it wasn't necessarily like the artwork was like true to anything I knew. So I added my own titles, and since then it's been great. And they do have the guidebook on their website, so you know, I still have all that. But how cute. I don't even know if cute is the right word for this pairing. It just is like so cozy, but in this fresh spring air kind of way. I love this. I love a folk art feel, and this is totally delivering on that. And I don't know, this one might, we'll see. This one might carry over into the second half of the month though, because Ostara's on the 21st, 22nd, I believe, so yeah. Or, you know, maybe we'll leave it until then. I don't know. But I do really like this Oracle so far. Love this tarot. I'm glad to have it out and be playing with it. It felt like such a perfect spring deck. So, Seasons of the Witch Ostara with the Anecdotes Tarot. I love this peach color. It's so fun having the complete set too, because now I've got them all together on a bookshelf, so I could just grab whatever one I'm using at the moment. It's so So fun. All right. Okay, then we've got the new Delian Oracle with Terra Volatile. I wanted a set that would still kind of bring in a little bit of darkness, I suppose, because I feel like in the beginning of the month I didn't want to go too full tilt spring, since where I am anyway, it doesn't feel like that yet. And so, yeah, I wanted to still kind of have a little bit of like darkness going on, and very excited about this pair, and especially that I've got Terra Volatile out and I'm like enjoying using it, because that was one that I said in some sort of video that goes really kind of unused in my collection, but I really wanted to put the effort into using it this year, so very pleased that I have it out. And that is just because I really love this pair. And we're not centered, that's okay. Oh, I just think they go so nicely together. And what I really love too is the Oracle entry in the guidebook is a bit shorter, like, or I should say concise. That's the right word, because I don't mean shorter and that it's like feels like less content. It just gets straight to the point, which is awesome. Because then for Terra Volatile, I have the big book for it that I've been using, and so it doesn't feel like too much. Look at that. Ugh. Too much that I have to kind of get into. Because it's a deck from Welkin, and they tend to have really like big guidebooks, but this one, it's a bit different, but I like it for that. Yeah, I just think it's been truly the perfect pair. Oh, I love it so much. So yeah, really enjoying that. It does have a good, I don't know, it just feels like March to me, where there is still some darkness. We just had daylight savings, so definitely lighter. Like the sun, yeah, it's only like 7 right now, and the sun is pretty much up, which is nice, but yeah, I don't know. Delian Oracle, Terra Volatile. Okay, we got one more. Okay, and the second pairing is definitely was going for the kind of darker feel. Because to me, especially this March, oh my gosh, at the beginning of March we had so much like ice and snow on the ground still. So then it's like now it's all melting away, so it's very muddy. Nothing's actually growing yet, but it's like the air is getting warmer. That was the vibe, and I thought this pair fit it pretty perfectly. So we've got the Poesis Oracle with the RainShadow Tarot. This was one where it's like, I don't know, I pulled it out of my collection and it just was like, this needs to be used in March. It just felt like such a March deck to me. And then when I was looking at my selection of decks I wanted to use in March, again, I just, in the first half, wanted to pick the ones that felt a little less true spring. And so that's where this kind of fit for me. And this was a surprising pair. I don't know that, I didn't expect them to look nice together or to work together, but I do think they do. Now, do I think aesthetically it's the best pair? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. If you have decks you like to pair with either of these, definitely let me know. But I do think these look good together. And I think they definitely give off that little bit of like, I don't know if bleakness is quite the right word, but it doesn't feel like, it feels like the beginning of spring without it being spring growth, if that makes sense. because the second half of the month I'm definitely going to get into more decks that feel like spring growth, because most likely, I'm hoping, we're going to start seeing at least maybe like the daffodils coming up. But I can already hear there's birds around, birds starting to look for nesting sites. So it's coming, it's coming. But yeah, this is my favorite card. Oh, geez Louise. That Queen of Cups. But yeah, I think this is really fit the mood. Like a good rainy day deck. I like it. So that is the Poesis Oracle and the RainShadow Tarot. Okay, let's take a look at the 4 deck pairs I'm using in the second half of March. Not too many updates, or like vlogging, I suppose, going on this month. It's been quite the busy month work-wise for me. So I've been rather tired when I'm at home, and that's okay. So yeah, second half of the month decks. So we've got, first up, the Cat, Mythos, and Magick Oracle with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This is a pair I found when I was doing a walkthrough of this new Cat Oracle from US Games, and I just loved it. It was really unexpected. And I don't even know if necessarily they're the best aesthetic match, but something about it I just really like. And so I knew I wanted to use these, but they felt a little bit more getting into that true spring energy. So I wanted to wait for the second half of March, because we're definitely feeling a little bit more true spring. It's cold today though, but I got tulips popping through. Daffodils look like I can see the flowers. They're not open yet, but they've got buds. That's what I'm trying to say. But isn't this, I don't know, I just really like this pairing. So that's my first set for the second half of March. The Cat, Mythos, and Magick with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Alright, and next we've got the Sacred Wood Oracle with the Botticelli Tarot. This, oh my gosh, this was one that when I put these together, I was so excited. I think these pair so nicely together. Oh, the Oracle is just gorgeous. And I love this tarot, but I do sometimes have a hard time finding things to pair with it. I actually originally brought it out because I thought it would go with the Delian Oracle that I used the first half of the month with Terra Volatile. Because I don't think I would have thought to pair these, but I had it out to try with that deck. And when I've been trying to think of my pairs for the month, I kind of start with the decks I know I really want to use and then bring out possible pairings, and then I just sit and play with all of them and try them all with each other to see what happens, which has been really effective because then I find things like this that I probably wouldn't have tried otherwise. And I think they look so good together. Like, look at these, like when you put them like that, oh, so gorgeous. Come on. And it's been really interesting to see, like with the 4 pairings, it's almost like I can get all of the different kind of feels I like, where this feels like, you know, that very, like museum, high art kind of deck pairing. That first one was very like, I don't know, a bit fantasy but mixed with the coziness of the cat deck. Very neat. I love this pairing. And then one of my other ones, I get that real like cute, colorful pairing, and then another one is very cozy to me. I don't know. It's been really fun to see how that plays out. So, Sacred Wood Oracle with the Botticelli Tarot. Love it. Then, let's look at our cute pairing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this deck. It's the Everybody's Oracle, which I just got with the Whispering Spirits Tarot. I love this oracle so much, so much. I saw this on Marine's channel, Waves of Your Soul, of course. Truly the best deck inspo ever. I feel like every time I have to like pick and choose when I watch her videos sometimes, because I'm like, every time there's always something I haven't seen before or just like didn't consider before that I'm like, wait. So I saw this there and truly immediately bought it because I'd been thinking about it, but was kind of going back and forth of like, do I want the tarot? I don't know. I ended up with just the oracle. I'm kind of pleased I did because I'm not one to match 2 decks by the same creator. That was my thinking process there. And I just knew the oracle, I'd use the oracle more. Because I've got tarots like this that just, oh my gosh, they feel like they fit so perfectly. Everything about this makes me so, so happy. I love it so much. And the messages I've been getting, though, have been so good. It's so interesting to me to see that sometimes, like, these decks that are, like, really colorful, really cute, really deliver some of the more, I don't know if hard-hitting is quite the right word, but I can't think of anything else. Hard-hitting messages. Like, I've really gotten into it so far with these decks. Oh my god. This, I mean, come on. The potato, so good. I love how the colors play into each other. Just everything about it, I think, is fantastic. And I can already tell this is gonna be one where like, I don't wanna put it back. It's just so good. Ugh, I love it. So, Everybody's Oracle with the Whispering Spirits Tarot. And last but not least, might be my favorite pairing. I don't know, that's a big statement, but this one really caught me by surprise, and I've just been loving it so much. And it's the H.O.M.E Oracle with the Scorpio Sea Tarot. Everything about this feels so cozy. It feels like the perfect I don't know, I feel like this is like, I could use these all year round, but it feels perfect for March because we still get some of those chilly days and we're getting rainy days. And so we've had quite a bit of that the second half of March, and I find myself leaning towards this pairing on those days when we have those rainy mornings, and oh my gosh, they're so good together. Look at these. I mean, come on. Something about this warm beige background, I just love it so much. And the guidebook is written by Melissa Sonova, who I am such a super fan of. It's so good. And then I love this H.O.M.E Oracle, and it's one that, like, I love it, but I find I don't use it a ton. And it just felt like it was waiting for its perfect match. And it's, you know when you use two decks together? Well, maybe not everyone does this, but I don't have this happen super often, but every once in a while I'll have two decks I use together that I'm like, these were just made to go together. I couldn't imagine using either of them with something else now. Like I've heard, maybe Don Michelle calls them like, they're kind of like a married couple now. They're a married pair. That's how I feel about these decks. It's like, these are the first, or at least Scorpio Sea is new to me. This is the first deck I've read with it, and I don't know, I'm just like, that's it. I truly couldn't imagine something else. The only thing I could see that I kind of want to try is that, oh my gosh, what is it called? That green round deck I have. Hold on. Oh yes, okay. The Arcanifolia Oracle. I do feel like it would go nicely, which, should we play? Let's play, why not? But yes, this is the last pairing for the second half of the month. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's put this properly away so I don't lose anything. I do think, unfortunately, this oracle might be out of print right now. I don't know. But I think the creator does reprints sometimes. Question mark. I don't know. I'll find what info I can and put it in the description. But let's just have a play. Arcanifolia Oracle. This is going to be all different directions because it's round. But whatever. I just think that, oh yeah. I kind of thought that green would go nicely with that beige. And the art. Yeah. Okay, that's good too. Right? Like if you pulled these. I mean, yeah, it is good. I don't know though, something, I feel like it's something about the H.O.M.E Oracle just really, really works. Like I still think I would choose the H.O.M.E Oracle over this one. Yeah, okay. That was a fun play though. So that's what I got going on for the second half of the month. Okay, shall we set up a monthly page? I'm in a new journal because my last one ran out. Look at this. It's one of the Archer and Olive Spring. Look at that. Look at that little guy. So cute. I love it. It's different. Usually I have the cloth ones. This is a leather one. Or, you know, like a leather finish. Not real leather. But, yeah, and it embossed with this mushroom and frog. So cute. So yeah, love a new notebook situation. I mean, I've been using it a bunch, obviously, or I've been using it for the month thus far. As usual, I have no plan. Except that I want to use these. Andy sent me these guys. Little St. Patrick's washies that I just think would be fun. Can I get them open? Okay. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. Oh, cute. This one says like lucky and has a pot of gold and rainbows. I love this one. The rainbow. Okay, okay. Cute. I think I want to use... I don't know. I kind of want to use all of them. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I not remember... You know what? No. Let's just... I was going to go look and see, like, what did I used to do? Here's my thoughts. March up there. Make my usual, like, favorite deck box. Instead of a piece of paper, make a box out of the skinny washies. And then decorate the bottom. Maybe with this one. I don't know. And this will be my card of the month, which we got Weathered Woman of the Dragonfly Wing this month. So that's been cool. Definitely a good reminder to just kind of be a bit more free-spirited about things. Alright, so I also got the Archer and Olive Spring markers. So I want to use one of these. Let's use the lighter green. That sounds fun. Because I feel like March's color is definitely... She's green, right? I always get so nervous to just start writing, but I just gotta go for it. I'm actually using the dots as a guideline this time. Wait, this might be the neatest I have ever done this. I feel like the word shrank as I went on. That's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Okay, so this this goes up and down. So we're gonna do this guy across. Yes. Let's start here, question mark. I don't know. We're going for it. And it'll be great. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Scoot that. How far are we going down? I don't know. Here. Okay. Then we'll do the other sides with this. Yes. Yes, this is coming out exactly how I envisioned. Just gotta make it straight. Can she do it? Yeah, straight enough, straight enough. Come on. It's always that top top one that I don't line it up quite correctly. Oh boy, we're not doing this too smoothly. Getting all tangled. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. I need to stand. Get a better angle. Oh, nailed it. I nailed it. Look at that. Excellent. Okay. Then I wanted to just kind of put this, which one? This one, along the bottom for funsies. Or should we do the thick one? Let's do the thick one. We got space down there. Closer to the edge. Okay, this is cute. If the ends would stay down, thank you so much. That's fun. And then I think we're gonna leave that other page just completely blank. Because I'm gonna put the pictures of my cards. I don't really feel like doing that in this current moment in time. But then we save the rest to journal. But you know what, let's write favorite decks. Beautiful. Perfect. Amazing. Okay, love it. That came out cool. I like it. Hello there, everybody. This is Krista, and welcome back to the Krista Chronicles. And today, we're joining in on a tag that was just put out by Johnny from Catamancy Tarot that I was so excited to see. And then I was hoping there was a certain way she was gonna do it, and she did, which I was then extra excited about. So the tag is #tarot skincare. So Johnny went through, I'm assuming this was the process anyway, her own skincare routine, or like the steps in her skincare routine, and created prompts for, like, to match with certain decks to go along with each step of the skincare routine. Now, I am a huge skincare lover. You know what? I wouldn't even say, I don't know if necessarily the right phrase would be skincare lover in terms of, like, I have a huge interest in it per se. I think more so it comes from that I have always been someone who has some sort of, like, skin struggle going on from when I was a preteen. The acne started and has never gone away. Love it. Love it. What a constant reminder it is. Because sometimes I still find myself being like, no worries. Like, I just need to get a little bit older and the acne is gonna go away. Like, no. Like, please, Krista, you are 27. This is just officially adult acne. It's just adult acne. So I still have this mentality of, like, once I'm done being a teenager, it'll go away. Like, you haven't been a teenager for a decade. Please. Anyways. But, so it's more so, again, I wouldn't say a huge interest. It's more just I have tried just about everything under the sun when it comes to skincare. Because there, you know, there's always been a thing around, like, trying to keep the acne at bay, and then I've got some, you know, things that they get dry, and, like, all sorts of stuff. So I have tried many different skincare things, skincare trends, and I think why I was super excited to see this is because for the last year and a half, I have finally found things that just, like, really work. Again, for me, the acne is never gonna be gone. It's not an expectation for me, but it's been at the most at bay it has ever been, truly ever. Sorry, I'm, like, wriggling around today, but I'm just excited. So, now I lost my train of thought. I have a skincare routine I really like. And I think maybe in one of my monthly videos I've shared it already. But I was so excited about this prompt because with each question and category, Janaki showed us what she uses. I just love seeing people's routines. I'm one of those people where it's like, you know when you're visiting people's houses? I'm just so nosy. I'm truly so nosy. Like when you go to the bathroom in someone else's house and it's like the temptation to be like, ooh, like what products are in their shower? Like I never go in cupboards, like that's crazy, you know what I mean? But if it's in my line of sight already, I'm always curious. I'm like, what are you using? And I love asking people. Anyway, that probably sounds so creepy. Oh well. Losing my train of thought again. As you can tell, I'm excited. I'm excited because I feel really strongly about my skincare routine. And what I was really excited about is that Janaki has, uses a lot of similar brands, like uses, the category is K-beauty, Korean beauty. The success I have had just using Korean skincare products has been incredible. Couldn't recommend enough. And so with all that being said, I'm gonna do the same thing as Janaki, where I'm gonna go through and I'll first show the product I use in the category, and this like pretty much encapsulates everything I use, so it's not leaving anything out. And then I'll show the decks to go along with it. So let's turn the camera around and get started, why don't we? Okay, so first up we have, I think I'm going to say the skincare step first, show the products, and then read off the prompt to get into the decks. I think that makes the most sense. Otherwise I know I'm gonna just like repeat it again if I spend too long talking. Anyway, so first up we've got the double cleanse. Now I am not really one to double cleanse very often. It's only if I'm wearing makeup, which that doesn't happen too often because sensory, don't love the way I feel like I just feel it sitting on my face, but I do like it. And so every once in a while I do. And so that's the only instance I use this first cleanser. And now what I'll say is that everything else in the skincare is like I stand by it. It is very intentionally chosen. This is the one thing where I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know if it's good for your skin. I use it like so like little that to me I'm like, it does the job of taking the makeup off, but I guess this is the one product where I'll say like maybe, you know, I mean the whole thing I guess take it for a grain of salt because this is what works for me, but this is the one where I'm like, I could probably replace it out with truly anything else and like, I don't know. It does the job I want it to. I don't know if it's good for your skin at all. Don't know. Anyway, so if I am wearing makeup, I will take it off using good old classic Albaline moisturizing cleanser. And so this stuff, it's like it's a crazy texture. It's truly just like this odd Vaseline like paste, I would say, that I just get it on dry hands straight onto my dry face and just rub it in, and it takes the makeup off. And so I will say though, it really takes everything off the first go, so it works really well for that. Again, I know like especially with like a Korean skincare routine, a double cleanse, from what I have seen, is done regardless, not even necessarily for like makeup removal. But I don't know, this is just something I just don't really do. That's one of those things where it's like, I totally don't mind doing like a extensive skincare routine, but then there are some things where I'm like, I'm just not gonna do that, and cleansing twice tends to be one of those things, but if I am wearing makeup, this is what I use. Now, let's get into the main attraction. So my main cleanser, now this is the one where I'm like, yes, 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 amazing things. I use this morning and night. It is the Anua Heart Leaf and BHA Pore Deep Cleansing Foam. I love this stuff. This is probably my 4th bottle of it. I think it's perfect. It really makes my skin feel so clean without feeling really, really stripped. This is really good for if you also have acne-prone skin, but I kind of have like a combination type skin where it's like I'm acne prone, but my skin's sensitive, and if I'm not careful, can get dry. It's a whole thing. It's a whole balancing act. And so I find this to be really good at helping with the acne without making it feel really, really dry. Because, oh my gosh, the things I have put my skin through. Did anyone else in like, I don't know, like 20 years ago, there was that like, it's still out, but there was that Neutrogena like pink grapefruit cleanser. I used the St. Ives scrub. So like irritated my skin so much, but that was like with the mentality of if you were gonna get rid of acne, you had to basically scrub your skin off. What a time. But I love that cleanser. It's morning, night, all the above. Love it. So now onto the prompt. So the double cleanse. A pair of decks that help you cleanse your energy at the end of the day. Now, the angle I kind of went for this was I actually have been doing this new practice for pulling cards when I get home from work. As it's something I did a while ago. I actually made a whole video on it that I used some of the what are those called? The Holly Oddly decks that I love so much. They have a name. I can't think of them. Mini divvies. I used some of the mini divvies to kind of make that transition easier, which I did for quite a while, and then I kind of fell off of it. And now I'm back to pulling cards again because I realized like that really, really helped me just like when I got home to just like anything that was happening at work to just kind of get it out of my brain, really reset myself for just being able to enjoy my time not working. You know what I mean? So yes, I wasn't necessarily going for like that like cleansing energy. This is truly just actually what I use for that purpose. And so the combo is the Cottage Witch Oracle with the Victorian Fairy Tarot. Now, this is the full-size edition. I actually very specifically use the mini one and bring it outside. So the whole routine is that this deck just kind of comes everywhere with me. So I really like it with the Victorian Fairy Tarot, so I often pull a card from it for that practice, but not always. The main thing was centered around the mini version of this deck. I have it in a little bag with the Kickstarter came with a little fairy notebook, so I'm using that. There's a pen in there, and every day when I get home from work, if I can, and if the weather allows, I go out onto the porch by myself, and I pull a card or two, and I journal about it really, really quick, and maybe sit out there for like a couple more minutes just to like hear the birds and be outside. And then I go back inside and start, what I need to do for like making dinner, things like that. And it just feels really, truly like cleansing and grounding. So let's take a look at them together. I feel like I've shown these a lot together, but I love them. I love how they look together. I think also to me, getting this magical nature energy feels very, I'm going to use the word cleansing so much, but it does. It feels very cleansing to me. It's kind of like that grounding and like fresh start energy. And I really get that from these two, and I think it's just because they feel very, it's like a feeling of like they bring me home to myself almost, not to be so dramatic. But that's what it feels like, because the The Cottage Witch, of course, just feels like a part of me, and then the Victorian Fairy has been so special to me. And it feels so special with the Cottage Witch that that's the feeling I get. It feels like a recentering to myself, and I love it so much. And actually what I wanted to show is, I know I said I was done for the foreseeable future making any more Cottage Witch cards, but like, can I ever help myself? I can't, because it's just been fun that as my practice progresses, as just things in my world change and move, it's like I'll come to these realizations of like, hey, wait a second, this isn't in the deck. And so last spring, summer, I got really into growing cut flowers. And I realized when I was starting to do my little switch over of Cottage Witch cards, taking out the wintry ones, bringing in some more spring, I was like, I don't have any of my cut flowers in here. So, or most of them. I didn't have a lot of them. So I made a little pack of 15 more cards. They're not up on Make Playing Cards because here's my thing. To be honest, it's because I haven't finished writing their guidebook entries. I found myself really dragging my feet on it. I don't really know why. Yeah, that's really it. So let me know though if I will finish it, you know? But if anybody is interested in just getting this pack, or if you want it at all, really, but if you want it, like, especially in time for gardening season and don't mind just working with the keywords, I will happily put it up on Make Playing Cards, but I know, like, I don't know, I just wasn't sure how it would feel, like, not having the guidebook with it. But anyway, I wanted to show some of the cards. We've got Dahlia, Yarrow, Chrysanthemum, Zinnia. I couldn't believe I didn't have a Zinnia card. They're my favorite. Snapdragon, Tulip, and Tulip. I couldn't believe I didn't have Tulip. It's just some of these things where I'm like, I can't believe, like, it just felt like it was missing. Calendula, Bleeding Hearts, Foxglove, Hollyhock, Moonflower, Cosmos, Scabiosa, Crocus, and Snowdrop. Why do I feel like I had Snowdrop? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Now I'm like thinking, did I have Snowdrop before? I don't think I did. Anyway. That's sort of the addition. So, because I just like felt, I'm such a big flower person and I love flower gardening now. And when I was going to switch over to spring, it just felt like I didn't really have any, or a lot of cards that felt really like spring. You know what I mean? A lot of things getting into summer with like vegetable gardening, things like that. But I wanted some more flower cards. So again, let me know if you also like those flowers and really like would like them in your deck, regardless of having a guidebook yet or not. I will absolutely put them up, like I said. And I'm like halfway through the entries. So, you know. And I'm thinking that I will probably put it together as like an easy printable. So if you have the book already, you could just print it out and like glue it on the inside or something like that. So that's sort of the thought there. But I'm really excited about those cards. And I wanted to show them while I was at it with these, since I had this pairing out. Yeah. I just love, sorry, shuffling. It's my favorite thing in the whole world, like how this deck grows and evolves. So anyway, very long thing to say. That's my double cleanse. Those are my double cleanse decks. The Cottage Witch Oracle and the Victorian Fairy Tarot.